Some people live their lives. Others merely perform the ones written for them. Most of us don't even realize we've never truly met ourselves, because we're given a name, labeled with a role, and we act like that's enough. But late at night, when everything quiets down, a question sneaks in through the cracks. Who am I? Really? Asking the question is easy, but searching for the answer, that takes courage. Because this journey demands that you lose yourself, break apart, and then rebuild from a place you've never dared to look. Carl Jung once said, "The person who looks outside dreams, the person who looks inside awakens." But awakening begins with the bravery to face your own reflection. This video offers you 6 inner keys, not just to be recognized, but to be deeply known by the one person who matters most, you. Recognize the mask, realize who you're not. Society hands us scripts. The good child, the high achiever, the always smiling one. And we play these roles for so long we forget how our own voice sounds. Carl Jung called this false front the persona, the mask we wear to survive social life. But that mask doesn't always reflect who we truly are. Knowing yourself begins by knowing who you're not. It's that quiet moment when you say, "This isn't really me." And in that recognition, you feel the first spark of freedom. Notice your defenses. What are you protecting? Some people laugh too much, others overwork. Some can't stop people pleasing. But behind every defense, there's often a buried wound. Brené Brown said, "Perfectionism is not the same thing as striving to be your best, it's a shield." To know yourself, you have to ask what you're shielding. Whose silence are you carrying? What truth have you buried? What part of yourself have you locked away because your true self is often hidden behind what you've built to protect it? To find it, you must slowly let the guard down. Tune into your inner voice. Reclaim your truth. All talk to ourselves. But do you know whose voice you're actually hearing? It might be your mother's fears, a teacher's judgment, society's expectations. Your authentic voice emerges when everything else quiets down. It doesn't shame you. It doesn't demand. It simply reminds you, you are enough. According to Abraham Maslow, self-actualization sits at the top of human needs. But to get there, you have to recognize which voice is truly yours and reclaim it. Face your fears. What did you silence yourself for? Sometimes we can't speak our truth because we fear rejection. Sometimes we don't dream because we fear disappointment. Fear is the thickest veil between who you are and who you pretend to be. Jung said, "The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek." To know yourself is not to erase fear, but to walk with it. Because on the other side of that fear there is one quiet truth. Once you know who you are, no one else can define you. Embrace solitude. Who are you when no one's watching? Most people run from solitude. But solitude is the most honest mirror. When the phones are off, the applause fades, the masks fall. What remains? Your real self lives there. Brené Brown writes, "True belonging doesn't require you to change who you are. It requires you to be who you are." Solitude is not emptiness. It's a sacred return, a quiet reunion with your essence. Allow the birth. Make room for a new self. Knowing yourself isn't about locking into a fixed identity. It's about making room for growth and honoring the evolving nature of your being. Maslow believed self-actualizing people don't force change, they allow it. They create space for truth, for emotion, for becoming. Maybe you've denied yourself permission to shine, to stumble, to evolve. But now, you can. You can allow your soul to stretch. You can let your truth unfold. Because this life is not a rehearsal, not someone else's dream. This life must echo with your voice. Remember this. Knowing yourself isn't just about knowing what you want. It's about knowing what you can't tolerate anymore, what no longer fits, what no longer feels like home. To know yourself is to choose yourself again and again, to whisper with every step, yes, this is me. So ask yourself, how many times today did you remember your own name? Were you living from their expectations or from your truth? Maybe this video is a mirror. Maybe these words are an invitation to come home, to return to yourself, to choose your soul. Because a life lived without knowing yourself is just sleepwalking through someone else's dream. And you're waking up now. The Mirror Mind Project is here to walk that awakening with you. If this video stirred something inside you, if it awakened a quiet feeling you'd long silenced, know that you're not alone. We all carry unsaid words and unseen parts within us, and here, together, we begin to uncover them. This wasn't an ending. It was a remembering, a small but brave step from shadow to light. If this journey touched you, don't forget to subscribe to the Mirror Mind Project. Hitting the like button helps these stories reach more hearts. And if you share your thoughts in the comments, what once felt like a lonely path becomes a shared experience. Remember, the answers were never out there. They've always been within. Be kind to yourself. Stay true to yourself. And until next time, we'll meet again here on the Mirror Mind Project.